Hello everybody, welcome to Exam Coach. This is the part 3 of MCQ series on law of contract. So let's get started. Our first question is, a minor's contract is void. Which of the following statement is true? So the correct option is, that is option C. Minor's contract cannot be validated even after attaining majority. So minor contract majority attain কৰাৰ পিছতো সেই contractখন কি valid নহয়. That's why minor's contract is void. One of the main essentials of a valid contract is the competence of the parties to form a contract. Section 11 of the Indian Contract Act states that the capacity to contract for an individual to be reliant on three aspects. And one of the aspects is the attaining the age of majority. So contract এখন কৰিবলৈ এজন ব্যক্তি 18 years বা above 18 years হ'ব লাগিব as per the Indian Majority Act 1875. আৰু Indian Majority Act 1875 এইটো বিষয়ে clearly কোৱা আছে যে even a day short of the specified age of entering in a contract disqualifies the individual from being a party to a contract. And as per Indian law, minor's agreement stands void. So a contract with minor stands null and void since either party cannot impose it. And actually, minor and contract law does not really mix well. So generally, contract by minors are avoided. So here the correct option is C. Second question is, a person who is of unsound mind temporarily can enter into a contract. So the correct option is, that is option A. He is of sound mind at the time of entering into the contract. So contract kon কৰাৰ সময়তেও sound minder হ'ব লাগিব কিয়নো temporary insanity does not result in an absolute incompetence to enter into a contract. A person with temporary insanity can enter into a valid contract if he is of sound mind at the time of entering into the contract. Third question is, when two parties enters into a contract to share equally among themselves the process of a fraudulent transaction, the contract is option B is the correct option, void ab initio. Why? Because the object of the contract is commission of fraud. Therefore, the contract is void. Fourth question is, which of the following is correct? So, তলত যে কোনটো statement correct হয়? Here the correct option is, that is option B. Rule of estoppel does not apply to a minor. No estoppel against a minor when a minor, by misrepresenting his age, has induced the other party to enter into a contract with him. He cannot be made liable for the contract. Fifth question is, the first case on the doctrine of frustration as decided by the Supreme Court of India. Yet Supreme Court of India doctrine frustration kuntu case for the first time decide korisile. Okay, so here the correct option is, that is option D. Satyabrata Ghosh versus Mugni Ram. Etu case Supreme Court of India doctrine of frustration to for the first time decide korisile. Okay, aru English law asile apuna jitu for the first time doctrine of frustration to apply hoisile hetu asile Taylor versus Caldwell. Okay, etu hol apunar English law for the first time doctrine of frustration to apply hoisile. Next question is, yet blanks dia ase, so blanks put tolor option or hohat fill up koribo lage. The communication of an acceptance is complete as against a dash when it is put in a course of transmission to him so as to be out of the power of the dash as against a dash when it comes to the knowledge of the dash. Here the correct option is option A. The communication of an acceptance is complete as against a proposer when it is put in a course of transmission to him so as to the out of the power of the acceptor as against the acceptor and when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. Seventh question is, where a contract involves two promises such that two promises are considered of each other, it is known as reciprocal promise. Reciprocal promise have concurrent conditions and performance by two parties requiring simultaneous performance. Next question is, X contracted with a tent house for erecting a shamiana for performing the marriage of his daughter. On the day of marriage, a curfew was clamped in the area, preventing the celebration of marriage. If the Shamiana owner claimed the charges agreed to be paid by X, then so যেহেতু কারফিউ হল মেৰেজটো সেলিব্ৰেশন কৰা নহল তে Shamiana owner জনে এতিয়া চাৰ্জ ক্লেইম কৰিব পাৰিব নে নোৱাৰিব আৰু X এ পে কৰিব লাগিব নেকি ওকে সো দিস ইজ দা এক্সাম্পল অফ doctrine of frustration. Doctrine of frustration was a section 56. So here the correct option is option C. X need not pay anything as the celebration of marriage was impossible due to the curfew. Okay. Here the object of the contract was lost and so the doctrine of frustration will apply and X need not pay anything. Next question is X makes a proposal to Y, which Y accepts. But before the acceptance comes to the knowledge of X, Y revokes his acceptance by telegram. When is the revocation complete? The revocation to get complete hobo. The correct option is option A, when the telegram is dispatched. The telegram kon dispatch kora hol. Okay, so this section 4 to apnaloke pore apnaloke clear hoy jabo. Section 4 ot koa ase je the communication of revocation is complete as against a person who makes it when it is put into a course of transmission of the person to whom it is made, so as to be out of the power who makes it as against the person to whom it is made when it comes to the knowledge. Our last question is A promises to paint a picture for B by a certain day at a certain price. It dies before that day. So in this situation the contract is here the correct option is that is option A, cannot be enforced as it is becomes void due to personal incapacity. So a contract kon ki hobo void hobo due to personal incapacity karone. Okay. So yet to paint a picture is a contract to be performed personally. Yet etu kotha nahe je A morile etie air legal air paint এখন পিকচাৰখন বনাব লাগিব সো এন্ড এৰ লিগেল হেয়াৰে তেও পেইন্ট কৰিব তেও আৰ্টিষ্ট নহব পাৰে isn't it so here the paint a picture is a contract to be performed personally. It cannot be performed by legal representative of A. When A dies the contract comes to an end. গতিকে A মৃত্যু হোৱাৰ লগে লগে কন্ট্ৰাক্টখনো হেগত so it becomes void due to personal incapacity আৰু ইয়াৰ কাৰণে কি কন্ট্ৰাক্টখন এনফোৰ্স কৰিব নোৱাৰে. Okay, so this is for today and thank you.